We begin with a weather impact alert as the heat is continuing here on this Monday. It is 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connor. Thanks for being here.
And I'm Netta Irampour. Yeah, glad you're with us. The FAA also just announced low clouds could slow traffic at San Diego International Airport, with so many people likely flying out of town after Comic-Con. So that might disrupt things. Let's check in with meteorologist Evan Irani this morning to see what, 90s again?
Oh, look at this.
And then now not only do we have these warm overnight low temperatures, but we also have a little bit of fog out there. Yesterday morning, there was some mist and drizzle to start off the day. You might have woken up to some wet pavement. So it's been a combination of ingredients that I know a lot of San Diegans are not the biggest fan of, especially considering I'm the bearer of bad news here to tell you that heat is going to stick around. Temperatures are likely to stay in the above average range every single day this week. In fact, all the way through at least the beginning of next week. 79 on average out by the coast today, 91 toward our inland valleys, 93 for the mountains, and 111 for the deserts. We are going to see that heat advisory expire at least, so that's a plus, and temperatures will back off a bit for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but it'll still be warm. 72 right now out on Oceanside in Carlsbad, 73 overnight in downtown San Diego. Not much relief in that overnight stretch. 66 out in Escondido and 68 in Alpine. Coming up, we'll take a look at what's going on out along our beaches and also talk about whether or not that let up in the heat for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday will bring any notable change in the forecast. It's all coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Evan, thank you for that. And right now, so many people might head to the beach because it's so hot. Well, beach hazard statement is in effect. This morning, lifeguards are warning of dangerous swim conditions.
And this all comes just a day after the body of a swimmer was recovered in Carlsbad. News 8's Tori Apodaca live in La Jolla, where we expect to see some pretty big waves there, Tori.
That's right. We're expecting to see an increased risk of rip currents, longshore currents, and just overall dangerous swimming conditions. I can tell you out here right now, the waves are already looking pretty intense, but there are several surfers who got in the water just within the past 30 minutes or so. Officials, though, saying that the surf will be anywhere from 3 to 6 feet, with sets expected to reach 7 feet. Minor coastal flooding is also possible these next few days, with high tides possibly reaching as high as 6.5 feet. Now, this beach hazard statement comes as the body of a Carlsbad swimmer was just recovered yesterday. That's the video you're seeing right now. The U.S. Coast Guard says that California State Parks got word of the missing 53-year-old man at around 7 p.m. on Saturday. He was last seen in the water near Tower 26 at South Carlsbad State Beach. Rescue watercraft, helicopters, and drones were immediately launched until the sun went down, and they started searching again Sunday at 5 a.m. By noon then, officials recovered his body from the water, and he has not been identified. So really just those good reminders. If you aren't a strong swimmer, before you get in the water, just never turn your back on the ocean. And if you're caught in a pool, do not swim against it. Swim parallel back to the shore until you are out of that, and then swim back. And you're also going to want to swim in front of an active lifeguard tower. Even have a conversation with them before getting in. The beach hazard statement is set to last through Wednesday afternoon, so just be careful out there. Reporting live from Windansea Beach this morning, Tori Apodaca, News 8.
This morning, at least 3 people are dead after a mass shooting at a food festival in Seattle. 4 others are hurt, including a toddler. Police have arrested 1 suspect and are searching for another. Authorities believe they were shooting at each other. This happened yesterday at the Seattle Center, about a block from the Space Needle.
Protections and work authorizations for Haitian temporary protected status holders set to expire here today.
San Diego County records show thousands of Haitians live in San Diego, and most have TPS, as it's called. News 8's Chris Groh live here in studio with what we're already starting to see happen to so many of these immigrants from Haiti.
Yeah, good morning. There was a bit of uncertainty and confusion because the deadline on this was extended a couple times. But what we are learning now from CBS News is that the administration is moving forward with plans on enforcement, not only to let the protections end, but will also move quickly to arrest and deport Haitian migrants. Now, according to that latest reporting, the migrants will be sent back to Haiti, a country that's been in crisis and turmoil since 2018. A lot of political violence going on there. According to CBS News, the enforcement operations will focus on Ohio, specifically Springfield, a city that's been targeted by President Donald Trump in the past with some false claims. As for San Diego, thousands of Haitian migrants call this area home for now. We spoke with the executive director of the Haitian Bridge Alliance, an advocacy and human rights group. She told us that both employers and migrants were confused by those extensions that were given after a Supreme Court ruling allowed for the Trump administration to end TPS, not only for Haitian migrants, but also Syrian migrants. Here's more from our conversation from earlier this month.
Here in San Diego, a large majority of our community members work within the hospitality industry, the construction industry, also small businesses. We are really feeling the weight of the system currently.
And more than 300,000 Haitian migrants are currently in the U.S. under TPS or other protection status. The DHS told CBS News it does not comment on ongoing or future operations, but did say it's not too late for migrants to self-deport. Back to you.
Oh, that's a rough sound, right? One person under arrest accused of stealing a backhoe and causing damage in North Park. The equipment was reported stolen around 5:45 yesterday morning off Mississippi Street near the Lafayette Hotel. Many reported damaged stop signs and pavement from the bucket scraping the roadway. Police were able to stop the vehicle outside the observatory on University Avenue. An update on a disturbing viral video that appears to show a man kicking a sea lion in La Jolla. Mayor Todd Gloria says a federal investigation is now underway. Gloria posting to X saying in part, quote, "This disgusting act of animal cruelty is unacceptable. NOAA is investigating possible federal law violations, and I've asked local law enforcement to review the footage as well. We must protect our wildlife," end quote. Advocates say they've noticed a disturbing trend with more and more people harassing our sea life. Well, this morning, Comic-Con organizers are addressing criticism over how lines were handled for the famous Hall H.
People lined up for days for a chance to get inside. We showed you this, especially Friday morning. It was packed out there. Some say they were turned away, and there were rumors of counterfeit wristbands being used to get in, and then people cutting in line. In a statement, Comic-Con says, quote, "The unique wristbands are visually checked for authenticity, and there are no reports of counterfeit bands. This year, we saw less turnover than we have in the past, resulting in a reduced amount of additional individuals being admitted into the hall." They go on to say that the event has outgrown the convention center, and they say, quote, "Moving forward, we will continue to investigate how best to manage attendance, flow, and the number of programs in an effort to accommodate as many people as possible." Later in this hour, we're going to take a look at the Marvel announcements that all those people were waiting for.
A lot of folks could be heading to the airport after spending some time here in San Diego, and we're having some issues with some of the clouds
Maybe
now.
a little delayed, so stay a little bit longer.
Exactly, right? If you can change your ticket, it might be a good day to do so. We at least are seeing temperatures back off a little bit from the weekend heat that we saw. Live cameras outside showing plenty of cloud cover that we start off the morning with. In some cases, those clouds are a little bit low down to the ground, may lead to some mist and drizzle, as well as fog. That's what we're seeing toward our valley floors for now. Sunrise was at 5:59, but again, 10 minutes out from it now. We are still pretty gray, which means most of us are under that layer of clouds. Heat advisory expires today at 8 p.m. That temperature drop is really mellow for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but it is a drop nonetheless. Out by the immediate coast, beach hazard statement, as you heard about just a few minutes ago, stays in effect through 6 p.m. on Wednesday with 3 to 6 foot waves and sets of 7 foot waves, mainly driven by Hurricane Genevieve, currently a Category 5 hurricane. Very strong storm with winds around the eye wall of 160 miles per hour. The plus side to this storm, yet another storm that is moving opposite direction of us. It's currently hundreds of miles off the coast of Cabo and going to be moving in a very similar path to storm that we had named last week. This is now our third named storm in about 10 days that has continued to drive not only high surf our way, but also some warmer ocean temperatures. Remember, those storms originate close to the equator where ocean water temperature is much warmer and drives a lot of that warm ocean water north. High temperatures in the afternoon. Santee and El Cajon could make it to 90 degrees. 77 down in Chula Vista, 75 in Imperial Beach, 80 in National City, and 81 in San Ysidro. Up in North County, upper 70s close to the water, 86 in San Marcos, 90 for Escondido, Otsego, and 94 for Ramona. Temperatures are going to back off a bit for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They will warm up again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So any outdoor plans that you have scheduled for that 3-day stretch, be prepared for the heat to make a return. Let's check in on traffic. It's 6:10 right now. So far, we have a couple spots we can take you to. In fact, I will say for a Monday, things are picking up on our roads. It's not typical that we have 5 different crashes, for example, to start off the morning here just at 6 o'clock. First one is one that we checked in on just about a half hour ago. It's an accident blocking the right shoulder in National City on the 54 eastbound right before Rio Drive. 54 could become a popular route, mainly the westbound lanes of the 54, but just keep in mind that you could start to see some congestion in the area as this has been pushed over to the right shoulder. That is good news. We also have an accident blocking the right shoulder in Rancho Bernardo on the 15th southbound right after West Bernardo Drive. Out to the east of it, you can see some yellow popping up there, indication that we could see some low-lying cloud cover around the region. So keep that in mind as you make your way up the 15. This crash being on the right shoulder of the 15 southbound right after West Bernardo. Let's check in on your border wait times now here at 6:10. It is a 75-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry, a 100-minute wait at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Both will run you over an hour. Otay Mesa, nearly 2 hours. San Ysidro, about an hour 15 overall.